Hello everyone, I recently finished reading the Death Note manga for the very first time, and it was bloody amazing. This review will contain no spoilers. If you're not familiar with what Death Note is a manga about a boy named Light who finds this book that is called a Death Note, and what a Death Note is a notebook that actually kind of looks like this. And with this notebook, you can write down people's names in it, and anyone's name that is written in there will die. Anyone that actually has a Death Note will have a Shinigami follow them around because they're the ones who actually own the Death Note. And a Shinigami is a death god, and the Shinigami that follows Light around, his name is Ryuk, and he is amazing. Anyways, the story is about how Light uses the Death Note and what scenarios follow him and so on and so forth. It's really good. I'm being very vague because I don't want to give any kind of spoilers because there's a lot of spoilers I can give. But yeah, Death Note is categorized as a psychological thriller, and I think that's part of the reason why I really like this series, because I absolutely adore psychological things. They just are awesome. Also, if you don't pay really close attention to the story, you may miss something entirely. There are little things that happen that you may not pick up on right away, but you have to make sure that you're paying close attention to it, otherwise it's just, you're gonna be lost. Volume 12 was probably my favorite volume out of the entire series. Mainly because as I was reading it, I could actually feel my heart pounding in my chest as the story progressed and as I read each speech bubble. And I can't even think of any book that's done that to me before, let alone a manga. However, that being said, Death Note is only the second manga that I've ever completed other than Attack on Titan. But Death Note is so great. The entire series is so awesome. And I use the word awesome way too much, but there's just, I don't know what other word could describe how epic this series is. It is just so great. It is one of those must-read things. I know I'm really late behind the game on this because Death Note's been around for a long time, and now I've finally read it. But if you haven't read it, you definitely should check it out. Although the story did end, they did leave it open for personal interpretation, and I have my own theories about what happens after the story ends. But I'm not going to reveal that because spoilers! After completing the entire series, it kind of reminds me of Breaking Bad because you get so attached to the characters and whatnot. And the twists and turns. Oh man, the twists and turns. The things I could say about that, but I won't because I don't want to spoil it. Now that I've completed the Death Note manga, I actually plan on reading the 2 additional Death Note books as well as watching the live action movie as well as the anime. I might do a video reviewing those kind of things, I don't know. I'll see what happens after I consume that content. Have you ever read Death Note? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you want to recommend to me some anime or manga that I should check out, let me know below. I am relatively new to the entire manga and anime scene, so there's probably a lot that I haven't seen, because the only anime I fully watched is Elfenlied and Attack on Titan. And Attack on Titan is great. I plan to make a video about that at some point in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's video. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Don't forget to have an epically awesome day. Bye!